Alright. So I'm back with more Dark Nights. And so this is part 2. So we're in the woods. If you didn't see the first part, watch that. Crazy stuff's supposed to be going on in the woods. We're gonna find out if it really happens or not. So okay, so this is Dark Nights Part 2. First part, we just kind of covered a little bit of the craziness that's going on, and we're gonna see if it's true or not, and there are fruit flies in here for some reason. So, everyone, don't stray far from the path. You don't want to get lost here. Make sure not to disturb the wildlife either. I never knew the forest could be this beautiful. I'm relieved that Akuya doesn't seem scared anymore. Guess this field trip turned out to be even more educational than I expected. I've never seen this place before. Well, not recently. I got lost during a class picnic once when I was in kindergarten. This looks different from what I remember. Anyway, should we ask Mr. Blanket about the demon rumor? Don't mention that. You're ruining the mood. Let me ask. Excuse me, Mr. Blanket, did you know anything about the demon rumors? Oh, Luigi. Whatever. Well, the teacher lets out a sigh and scratches the top of his head. You don't believe in them, do you? Not in the slightest. This forest is home to many different species of animals. Some silly people probably mistook one for a demon. Besides, there is no proof of their existence. The legends about this forest were just stories made up to scare little children. What about the missing tourists? Are their disappearance only coincidences? I don't think they disappeared. It's very easy to get lost in the forest without a map or guide. That's what probably happened to them. A rescue team will find them soon. Just stay with the group and you won't have anything to worry about. I see. What did Mr. Blanket say? He believes it's all made up. I don't believe a thing about this demon. Still, the rumors have piqued my curiosity. There's at least a grain of truth to every story. Something must have caused the villagers to feel restless. Hey, what do you guys think about doing a little expedition of our own? That sounds interesting. But those missing tourists, what if we get lost too? Don't worry, I have a map. We can always signal for help with this torch. Really? You'll set the forest on fire with that? Why do you even have that? This isn't the Middle Ages. Just kidding, I've got a phone with me. Can you even get a signal out here? Mr. Blanket will. Don't worry, Akuya. I'm sure everything will go smoothly. If something does happen, you can blame it on me. Heh, sure, but that doesn't guarantee our safety. Stop overthinking it. In theory, anything can happen in reality. Chances are we'll be fine. It will be just a walk in the park. The worst thing that could happen is us getting lost. Of course that'd be the worst. Don't tell me you planned for this to happen. Nah, it just occurred to me. I haven't been in the forest in a while. This place looked worse than my memories. Yeah, this place looks too nice for a demon to live in. While we are here, can we look for the missing tourists? Well, I'm up for it. Come with us, Akuya. I think it'll be fun. Fine. Everyone gather together and let's go. The students line up in small groups. The teachers make sure everyone is present before moving on. When do we sneak out? Let's head to the back of the line. He won't be able to see us there. As the group follows the path, we go the other way. A few minutes later, we end up in a fork in the path. Look, a crossroad. Which path should we take? According to the map, the right path goes further into the forest, while the left path leads to a waterfall. Let's go to the waterfall. I don't think there's anything of interest around here. Excited, Lyoji skips ahead. A few minutes of walking, we reach the waterfall. A large shimmering lake ringed by lily pads rests at the bottom of it. The cliff face the waterfall also has a path of rocks lined along it, providing easy access to the other side of the water. The water is so clear I can see the bottom. Whoa, it's huge. The water looks so sparkly, I want to jump in. You get excited over the simplest things, don't you? There might be dangerous animals or bacteria in the water. If you jump into it, you'll probably get eaten alive. Boo! You always ruin my fun. Lyoji chuckles at her reaction. I take a closer look at the lake. You can hear the sound of birds singing, but there doesn't seem to be any other animals around. These rocks could serve as perfect seats. Mayoko, come over here. I'm going to explore for a bit. I'll be back soon. We'll be waiting here. Don't go too far, okay? I know. Don't worry. Skip over to the right side of the waterfall, trying to see what is behind the stream of water. To my surprise, there seems to be a hidden cave. From the corner of my eyes, I notice a shadow moving in the bushes. It moves so fast that my eyes cannot make out what it is. It does not help that I'm not paying attention. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it went to the cave. I look towards the entrance and notice another path of rocks leading inside. Curiosity gets the best of me, and I have a look. I carefully make my way across the rocks. After I manage to get behind the waterfall, I peer around the cave. I cannot see anything in the darkness. The sound of falling water echoes around me. I wish I had my phone so I could use it as a flashlight. What could be back here? I know I saw something head in a moment ago, but I can't see anything. Was it just my imagination? I try to shout, but the sound of the crashing water overpowers my voice. As I walk deeper into the cave, I try again. Hello? Is anyone there? I call it a third time, but I only hear the echo of my voice. I hear footsteps behind me. Surprised, I turn around. A shadow stands at the entrance. Who's there? I can tell from the person's build that he is a man, but due to the darkness I cannot make out his facial features. Who are you? I shout again, but this time louder. Who are you? Stop yelling, I'm not deaf. The man suddenly starts walking towards me, surprised by his movements. I step back. I slip on wet, uneven surface and fall flat onto the ground. Ugh, ow! Hand reaches out to me, and I'm surprised by the man's kindness. Light suddenly filters through the waterfall, and I can finally see his face. Are you hurt? No, I'm okay. I take his hand and pull myself up. He gazes at me with his narrow, violet eyes, but I am more drawn to the long, crimson hair he has tied into a loose braid. The man's delicate facial features contrast with his muscular torso and wide shoulders. He is wearing odd traditional clothing, in particular the collar around his neck raises a lot of questions. I've never encountered anyone like him in the village. You're disturbing my peace with your shouting. That was so blunt and rude. You didn't answer me. I'm guessing you're one of the tourists? Tourist? Can't you see I'm a student? How did you discover the cave? Are you lost? No, I wanted to follow the path outside and never come back. This is private property. Wait, who are you and what are you doing here? How do you know about the tourists? And don't ask so many questions at once. Don't cut me off, answer me. Never mind that. Go back to your group already. But the man roughly grabs me by the wrist and pulls me back to the cave entrance. Hey! Stay away from this place. The man effortlessly pushes me out of the cave. I turn around to complain, but he's already gone. He disappeared as mysteriously as he appeared. What a rude guy. It's not like the cave is his property or anything. That reminds me of how I treated the first-year kid. Although I did give him a chance to explain, this person was just... If no one is allowed to go in there, what is the crimson-haired man doing? He seems to know about the tourists, too. After letting out a heavy sigh, I return to Lyoji and Aikuya. Hey, Mayoko, back already? Did you find anything interesting? No. I met a weird guy, but he doesn't seem worth mentioning to Akuya and Lyoji. Maybe demons don't live here after all. Jeez, Akuya, have you given up already? Of course a demon won't show itself so easily. We should keep looking around. Nuh-uh. I'm tired. Let's go back to the group before Mr. Blanket notices we're gone. Did Mr. Blanket ever talk about the forest during history class? I can't remember. That's because you're always asleep during history class. It's not true. I do pay attention. Sometimes. My friends chuckle. It's been a long day. My feet hurt from all the walking. Still curious about what secrets the forests have. That crimson-haired guy in particular bothers me. He doesn't look like a tourist and seems to know the area well. He wasn't dressed like a tour guide either. Not that I've heard about any tours in the forest. Digging into it makes me more confused. Perhaps I should stop here. Like he said, it's none of my business. There's no use fretting over it. Even as one mystery fades, however, another one appears. The abandoned house from yesterday pops in my mind. I did plan on going there again, and it's not raining today. I glance at the time. It reads 8 p.m. It's already dark outside. My feet still hurt, but the house isn't far. I grab my jacket once I decide to go. The streets are completely empty, making the village seem like it has been abandoned. Everyone must already be home from work or school. A few minutes later, I reach the old house. It looks exactly the same as last time. Even though it did not rain today, it is still surrounded by that eerie mist. The previous owner must have been very rich to afford building this mansion with such fine details. It shouldn't be a problem if I look around. The house looks larger and older now that I'm closer. I inspect the big change, locking the doors. They're not old and rusty like I expected. They seem like they were put on recently. Perhaps the residence has a new owner? Suddenly I hear a sigh from behind me. I quickly turn around and locate the source of the sounds. There's someone sitting on the edge of the fountain. He blends in so well with the dreary mist that I hadn't noticed him when I first entered. I slowly approach the man. Up close, I notice he's wearing a familiar uniform. It seems his uniform is from the same school as me, but I've never seen him before. His uniform design is not one that I recognize. Perhaps he is part of an elite class, like Gikuya's brother? Each elite student wears a custom-designed uniform, making it difficult to be certain they even attend our school. To complement their unique uniforms, the elite class also has special rules, but I never bothered looking into them. Its members hardly appear at school, so only a few of us ever see their faces. Needless to say, there are many rumors about that class. According to Akuya, you need to have a very high grades to qualify, but there might be more to it than that. Many students envy their status. Hello? The guy flinches and looks at me startled. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Oh, I don't mind. My apologies for not noticing you earlier. May I sit here? Be my guest. Could he be the shadow I saw yesterday? Do you come here often? It sounds like a cheesy pickup line, but I don't know what else to say. I do. This place has an interesting atmosphere. He looks away from me, the warm copper of his gaze thoughtful. Something about him feels off. I'm not sure, but is he sad? I can't really read his expressions. What about you? Well, can't tell him that I came to investigate just because I saw something strange yesterday night. It sounds weird. I never noticed how interesting this place was before, so I thought I'd come take a closer look. At this hour? I like going for walks at night. Likewise. The man's expressions clear up, and he smiles. Would you like to go for a walk with me then? Sure. It's odd that someone would offer to go for a walk with a person they've just met. He does seem friendly and polite, though. He stands up and we follow a path through the garden. Unlike the rest of the garden, this path is not covered with weeds. The ground is even and well-trod. As we walk, he points to the statues hidden away by the weeds, as well as unusual flowers I have never seen before. He does it so naturally, it is as if he owns the place. The moonlight, the starry sky illuminates the views, which makes it even more beautiful. I never expected to find beauty in an abandoned place like this. The man smiles mysteriously at my comment. You seem to know a lot about this mansion. I would be happy to answer any of the questions you have. Do you know who put the chains on the doors? His eyes swivel away from mine again. The man hesitates to speak. I seem to have found my answer. I do not know about it. I guess he comes here often but doesn't want to admit it. He looks flustered. Maybe I shouldn't push further right now. It's getting late. I should go home. Have a good night. As I head back to the front yard, I realize that I have not asked for the man's name. I turn back to try to find him, but he's already gone. Interesting. The weekend finally arrives. In the morning, I make myself breakfast and sit on the couch. While chewing on some toast, I open the newspaper. It used to be full of advertisement, but now it actually has decent news articles. I browse through hoping to find something interesting. My eyes stop at the page with numerous sketches. The reports of missing persons are increasing. In just a few days, it has reached a point where the police can no longer suppress the public outcry. The thought of someone I know suddenly disappearing is scary. I studied their profiles and tried to find commonality, but there doesn't seem to be one. Age, gender, appearance, occupation, address? No, nothing adds up. This is going nowhere. I recognize some of these people, but I don't think they knew each other. Then again, if it was that easy, the cops would have solved the cases already. I doubt people disappear without a trace. They must have gone into hiding or were kidnapped. These crimes, or whatever they are, have to stop at some point. How long can this go on? I flip the page and find an article about a suspected homicide. A local reported that she heard a distressed scream late at night. Witnesses: the attacker ran off when I reached the scene. I wanted to go after them, but noticed the victim was still alive. I called the emergency number immediately. I didn't leave the woman's side until the ambulance arrived. I can't believe someone did such an inhumane thing. This is unforgivable. Further details on the case are below. Attached to the article is a blurry photo the witness took of the suspect with her cell phone. Nothing about their appearance is distinguishable. It will be difficult to identify them. The description says the victim had been missing for a week before the incident took place. I put the newspaper aside and took a sip of my tea. Rumors spread quickly in this village, no matter how grisly they are. Even so, those same rumors became trails that led back to the criminals, allowing the crimes to be resolved just as quickly. I went to help track down these people, but I'm not sure I'd make a difference. For now, I should just keep an eye out for anything suspicious. I absent-mindedly eat the rest of my breakfast. I should take a walk to clear my mind. Going to the park sounds like a good idea. I look up at the bright blue sky, gently winds blowing the puffy clouds about. As I walk down the road, an advertisement on a building catches my attention. Wanted, exorcist. Exorcist? Do ghosts even exist? Announcement. Recently there has been a sightings of ghosts within the village. We are looking for exorcists to deal with them. Seriously? I don't think anything remotely supernatural has ever happened here, and now people are supposedly seeing apparatuses? Sightings of ghosts? Sure. The boy she meant's a ghost. The park is particularly empty, despite it being the middle of the afternoon. There is only one other person, a boy, on the entire block. He seems to have noticed me, too, but I did not pay any further attention to him. I sit on a nearby bench and close my eyes, enjoying the silence. Weird things are happening in this village. It's interesting, but a bit disconcerting, too. I hope Lyoji and Akuya are safe. Look, this is my day off. I didn't come here to find new things to worry about. The wind blows gently on my cheeks while I enjoy warm sunlight on my skin. I clear my mind as all the thoughts and focus on my breathing. They say this technique helps to relieve stress. A moment later, a figure blocks the sunlight. I open my eyes and notice a silver-haired boy standing in front of me. Excuse me, miss. Yes? Can you tell me where the haunted house is? Haunted house? I've never heard of one around here. I'm sure it's supposed to be nearby. I can't find it. I recall the advertisement from earlier. Only exorcists or horror junkies would actively seek haunted houses. He looks too young to get a job but the alternative seems more unlikely. Why are you searching for it? Are you an exorcist? The boy looks confused, blinking innocently. No. Do exorcists normally live around here? I don't know, but I just saw an advertisement looking for applications. The boy purses his lips, his expression flustered. Something wrong? I must find the haunted house. Before I can say anything, the boy runs away. I wonder what that was about. I pull out a booklet from my pocket and start to read. It is a romance novel that I borrowed from Mayuko Akuya. Then thought, this genre is not my cup of tea. She insisted that I would enjoy it. I expected something cheesy from the start, but so far, nothing romantic has happened. The story feels more like a slice of life piece. Perhaps this is why Akuya recommended it. Suddenly the sky becomes cloudy. It's going to rain again already. Time to go home then. As I am leaving the park, I notice the boy from earlier lying on the ground, his face against the dirt. Did he collapse? Quickly I go to him and kneel down. Hey, are you okay? What happened? I don't have much time. What do you mean? The boy passes out before he can reply. Hey, don't pass out here. What should I do? I panic as I look around, but nobody else is in the park. I have no way to place an emergency call. Thankfully, he doesn't look so bad. I had no choice. I can't leave him here when it's about to rain. The clouds become darker with every passing minute. When I look up, I feel a cold raindrop on my face. I manage to carry the boy to a dry spot under a tree. Surprised by how easy it is, he weighs less than you would assume by looking at him. Why did he faint? Does he have some sort of illness? Maybe I should take him to a hospital. Well, it'll have to wait until the rain stops. I don't want to risk getting him any sicker. The rain creates a curtain around the trees, a few drops sneaking between the leaves to land on us. This is an unlikely day. Unlucky day? I should probably read the words. I bow my head to look at the boy. Aw, he's such an adorable baby face. How old could he be? I bet he's way younger than me. His hair looks so soft I want to touch it. The boy slowly opens his eyes. Are you okay? The boy mumbles something before closing his eyes again. Hey. Worried, I gently shake his shoulder to wake him up. He immediately opens his eyes and crawls away from me. So sorry, I thought... Oh, it's you. Right. Rubbing the back of his neck, he looks away, embarrassed. He's an odd one, but kinda cute. It's okay, do you feel better? Yes, I'm fine. The boy fixes his scarf and pats down his hair. He beams reassuringly at me. The boy looks up at the gray sky, surprised by what he sees. It is raining? I could have sworn it was sunny earlier. The downpour started right after you passed out. Oh, right. Thanks for taking care of me. He turns towards me and gives me a warm smile. Let's wait here until it stops raining. Are you really okay? I got worried when I saw you on the ground. I thought something happened to you. Well, it's not a big deal. I'm just a little tired. Nothing to worry about. Passing out from exhaustion is very serious. We should get you to a doctor. No, I feel a lot better now. He shakes his head and widely waves his arm around his arms. I raise a brow. I suspect he is afraid of doctors. Even so, I cannot force him to go anywhere. What is your name? Sakura? Nice to meet you, Sakura. You can call me Maiko. You mentioned a haunted house before. Can you tell me more about it? It's just a regular place, but people say it's haunted for some reason. Wouldn't you normally try to stay away from a place like that? It's just, I've lost something important there. Which means you've been there before. Yeah, but I don't remember much. Can you tell me what you've lost? Just something important to me. Sakura. Yes? Before you passed out, you said something. I don't have much time. What did you mean? I did? Yeah. Sakura scratches his head. I just need to find my something quickly. I see. We sit side to side and watch the rain. I glance over at the boy. I do not know what happened, but he looks less pale than before. He seems to be enjoying the sight before us. Before long, the weather clears up and the rain stops. I hope you can take care of yourself. I'm going home. I will. Perhaps I can help you look for the haunted house later. That'd really be nice of you. I come here a lot if you do ever want to meet up. Okay, maybe I'll see you later then. See you. Okay. A lot's happened in this episode, so we're going to leave this one here and pick up on it again next time, and hopefully it won't be as long, so I do apologize for taking over a week for this episode, but it is what it is. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you tomorrow or whenever. Have a nice night and bye.